What's up YouTube fam, it's your girl Danita Faith and welcome back to my channel. If you're new here, welcome, and if you've been rocking with me for a little bit, what's up? It's so good to see you. Before we get started, you already know to like, comment, share, and subscribe to my channel and click that bell notification one good time so you know when I post new content, and also follow me on my socials. Now, let's get into this recap video. So we last left off with the couples all either receiving or not receiving a video. We know that all of the couples received one except for Kendal. So we see Thomas and he's just feeling so betrayed by how cold and heartless Chelsea was in her video. And he basically has this whole thing going on in his head that she's cheating on him. She's cheating and that's the reason why she acted the way she did in the video. Kendal is also letting the guys know that he didn't receive the video and they're asking him, you know, how do you feel? And basically he's just like, I mean, I know Erica's seen some stuff, so I'm not surprised I didn't get one. Hopefully we can sit down, squash this out and work on it and, you know, move on from everything that has already happened on Temptation Island. Then we also see Sophia, and basically she's just saying that she hopes that Thomas can kind of just move past everything that he's feeling in regards to Chelsea and focus on not only this experience but the relationship that they're building with each other. Then we go over to the girls' villa and we see Chelsea basically letting the girls know that she's confused by Thomas's video. You know, he's saying one thing but then doing another thing in the bonfire video, so she's just kind of confused. Like, she got the "hey baby doll, I love you," but then she also sees him flirting and smacking Sophia on the booty. So Chelsea's just a little confuzzled. Then we go back to the guys' villa and we see Julian talking to Thomas, and basically he's telling Thomas, hey, enjoy your time on the island. Like, we're only here for a short amount of time. Just continue to get to know the girls, continue to get to know yourself, and, you know, let whatever happens just happen. Then they end up having just like a chill game night at the table. Like, it was kind of like have you ever, but like if you have done it, then you put up the devil emoji. If you haven't done it, you put up the angel emoji. So just a little fun game. They end up asking like, have you ever had a threesome? And of course everybody starts laughing because we have our lovely threesome in the house, Kendal, Nickole, and Alexcys. Alexcys kind of feels like Nickole is getting in the way. Like, she's just like, sis, I'm not there. And Nickole lets it be known to both of them that she's just like, look, I know we're having a good time and we're just having fun, but at the end of the day, I could like Alexcys, I could like Kendal, I could like you both. You know, she's just like, but my feelings are definitely, you know, important in this whole little situation also. And Alexcys lets her know, I'm glad you feel that way, but sis, I ain't there. But we all know Kendal kinda is, but he also doesn't want to be disrespectful to Alexcys, knowing that they're friends, but he does want to get to know Nickole, and he's just like, dang, will I ever get that shot to get to know her? Then we go back to the girls' villa, and Erin basically is trying not to think about why Corey didn't say I love you in her video. I'm still trying to figure out why sis is so obsessed with the fact that this man didn't say I love you. Like, his video was not that bad, girl. You're acting like he was Chelsea to you. Like, he wasn't cold or nothing. He didn't have to say I love you. You could feel it in the video. I mean, I could. But she's still in her head, but she ends up choosing Julian for the date. It's fun, friend vibes, nothing spectacular. Same with Kristen and her date with Lex. Again, just friend vibes, having fun. Then we see Chelsea and Blake, an actual couple that's developing something. And they're just talking about, you know, wanting to spend more time with each other and, you know, growing and still getting to know one another. So they look real cute in the hammock. Then we go to Erica and Jessie, and basically she lets Jessie know that she like values him and she actually cares about him. She loves spending time with him, and that he has the qualities that she does wish Kendal had more of, or some of the qualities that she fell in love with from Kendal in the beginning that he kind of doesn't showcase at the moment now. We go to the guys' date and they are going four-wheeling. So we have Sophia and Tom, Julian and Tula, Corey and Amanda, and then Kendal and Alexcys. Alexcys basically wants to deep dive into Kendal, find out where his heart kind of is, you know, basically trying to figure out if he's going to pick her at the end. She asked him, you know, are you going to do to me what you're doing to Erica? And he's like, you know, I wouldn't hurt you, blah, 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 blah. But it's like, you get them, you lose them how you get them. I think that's the saying. You lose them how you get them. So I'm like, sis, he might do you the way he's doing Erica. But basically she asked him, like, did he have compassion in his relationship with Erica? And he says he did in the beginning, but then over time, just kind of seeing how she moved, that compassion kind of has slipped by the wayside. So I'm just like, sis, if he lost the compassion with Erica, he may lose it with you as well. So keep your guard up. Keep your guard up. Then we see Amanda and Corey, and basically Corey is just like, I can see marriage with Erin. I can see us, you know, living, growing, having a great life after this whole experience. And Amanda hates it because she wants Corey to choose her. And she's basically just like, you deserve better than Erin. I don't think Erin's the girl for you. And Corey's just like, you know, I love her. So Amanda is basically like punching the air right now because she wants Corey, but Corey wants somebody else. Then we see Tula and Julian. Nothing really happening there, just friend vibes, good vibes, they having fun. Then we see Thomas and Sophia, and they're talking about the future and eating s'mores. And basically she says, you know, would we still be friends if you end up going back to Chelsea? And he's like, yeah, you know, our bond that we've made is very strong. I have a true friendship, you know, a true connection with you. So no matter if I'm with Chelsea at the end of this or not, I still want you in my life in some way. So whether that's a friend, or if I don't leave with Chelsea, maybe more than friends. Then we end up going back to the guys' villa, and they're just having a fun kickback chill night. Alexis decides she's tired, she wants to go to bed. And I see this when Alexis doesn't want to deal with seeing like Kendal and Nickole kind of be flirty a little bit. She's like, I'm going to bed. So she does that. She goes to bed. And we see Kendal and Nickole kind of talking. And basically Nickole is just like, look, we have a lot in common. And I don't know why it's taken until now and after this whole little threesome situation that we're actually talking and connecting when we should have been connecting from the beginning. And Kendal agrees. He's like, yeah, we actually do have a lot in common, and I do kind of want to see what this possibly, you know, could be. So Kendal is definitely playing the field right now, and Nickole asked him, you know, are you planning on leaving with Alexis by yourself or with Erica? And he says he wants to still hear Erica out and see, like, you know, kind of where her head is at, especially since he didn't get a video. But he's like, he knows that there is a shot that, you know, a chance that he could be leaving by himself, or he could be leaving with Alexis. And then he looks at Nickole and goes, or, you know, somebody else. So of course Nickole has like butterflies because she actually likes Kendal a lot. And where is Alexis? Sleeping. Then we see Julian talking to Tula, and basically he tells Tula that, you know, there's nothing that Kristen did wrong in their relationship to cause him to cheat. And he's realizing that. He's realizing that the reason why he went to go cheat is all on him. He felt like he had that leeway to go do whatever he wanted to do, and it really had nothing to do with Kristen. So he's realizing that he needs to open up and let Kristen know that it wasn't her fault that he went off and did what he did with whoever he did what he did with. And we find out that the person that he cheated on Kristen with while he was in college was actually one of her friends. So it's like, yo, you couldn't even choose like a rando, you had to choose somebody she knew? That's even worse. Then we go back to the girls' villa, and it's just like the guys' villa, just having fun, a cute little game night. We see Kristen talking to Jessie, and basically Jessie brings up the fact that, you know, Julian is a party boy. He goes out, he has fun, you know, he's a good looking guy, so girls are always, you know, flirting with him. How do you put up with that whole situation? And basically she's just like, I'm a very chill girl, so I'm not like one of those girls who's all up in her man's phone and checking for him and seeing where he's at. However, I feel like because I am so chill, Julian takes that and runs with it and goes off and does things because he thinks I'm not going to find out. So she's realizing that she doesn't want him to continue to take advantage of her in that way, and that she needs to tell him that or the relationship isn't going to last. And then we see Chelsea talking to Erin, and basically Chelsea is telling Erin, like, sis, get out of your head over this whole he didn't say I love you. Like, y'all, Erin has been talking about this thing since the episode started. Like, girl, it's okay. He clearly does love you. If you would have really watched the video and wasn't just waiting to hear those 3 words, you would have saw that this man does still genuinely care about you. But she's so in her head about him not saying I love you. But she ain't say it either. So I'm like, I don't get it. But while they're talking, Alex, who we have never really seen, I'm just like, I thought we got rid of all the dead weight already. But we see Alex, and basically Alex is just like, look, I'm gonna be honest with y'all. I think Corey is too boring for you, Erin. And that's the reason why you came on the show. And that's why you're all like confuzzled about certain things. Now, he was butting himself into women's conversation that he needed to butt himself into. However, my dude had a point. So he's letting her know that, like, your man is boring, that's why you're here. And Erin takes offense to this. She's upset. She's like, you don't know me, you don't know my man, you don't know our relationship. And Alex is just like, but that's all you have ever said about him, so I know something. And Lex, who's trying to mediate the whole thing, in his confession, he's just like, on one hand, yes, Erin, stick up for your man. But on the other hand, like, the reason why Alex is saying this comment is because you, sis, have walked around and said, he's boring, he's an introvert, I'm an extrovert, I like to go out, I party, I dated athletes, Corey is very, like, shy and secluded and to himself. You said it. So the singles aren't saying that Corey is boring because they don't like Corey. They're saying he's boring because you said it. So but I think the fact that Erin got so upset was just because there was some facts, you know, some truth in what Alex was saying, because that was one of the reasons why Erin came on the show. But she's realizing that, like, she does like the fact that he's shy and to himself because it balances out her extrovert side. Then we go to the next day, and Erin is still in her feelings over this whole Alex situation, and I'm like, sis, move on. Move on. Then we see Blake talking to some of the guys, and basically he's saying that he's loving the space that him and Chelsea are in. We also see Erica kind of talking about Jessie, you know, saying that he has a lot of the qualities, again, that Kendal either had in the beginning of the relationship or is currently lacking. But she's not saying that Jessie's automatically going to be her new man. She's just saying she's liking what she's seeing. And then we see Kristen and Erin both basically saying that they love their man. Coming on this show made them realize how much they love their man. And they're just afraid that it might be a little too late. Now, I feel like Kristen still has a shot. Erin, sis, you keep trying to self-sabotage, you're going to lose Corey, my dear. You're losing him. Then we go back to the guys' villa, and Mark basically lets the guys know it's bonfire time. Thomas is super nervous. He's just like, I feel like I'm in danger here. I played myself. You know, Chelsea is off cheating and having sex, and I'm sitting here trying to be loyal to her. So Thomas is going through it. Kendal is also trying to be real calm, and Tula calls him out. She's like, bro, like, how you feeling? What's going on? He's like, I'm good. And she's like, so you telling me, like, if you was to see what Erica was doing, like if she was having sex with other people, you would be fine. And you know, Kendall's just like, yeah, I'm emotionally mature. I would be fine. And she was like, so you don't think she's connecting with anybody? And he was like, nah. I mean, if she is, cool, but I doubt it. She ain't bringing nobody else home. She knows what she got. Meanwhile, Alexcys is sitting right there. So what does Alexcys do? She gets up and leaves. That's what she do when she's uncomfortable. She leaves. So Alexcys dips. And Tula basically is just like, Kendal, you can't BS a BSer. Like, you're not making any sense. And Kendall's just like, I mean, I know what I'm bringing to the table. Erica knows what I bring to the table. If she finds somebody who has something that I might be lacking, cool. But like, she's really not going to. And Tula finally, somebody woke up on those singles girls. Somebody woke up. Tula is just like, I'm now seeing the red flags with Kendal. I'm seeing them. And it's about time, sis. Because you all have been so like stuck under the cloud of Kendal giving Alexcys a chance that you haven't realized that Kendal is toxic. And Tula has finally opened her eyes and realized that. So hopefully she can help Alexcys out before Alexcys really gets her heart broke. Now it is bonfire time, and we are actually starting with the fellas first instead of the ladies. So we see Kendal's videos first, and he sees Erica telling Jessie that she's enjoying spending time with him, getting to know him, and that her heart is kind of beating a little bit fast. And you know, Jessie feeling her as well. Kendal is not very happy about this video, but again, just trying to be Mr. Cool. Mark lets him know, you know, if you saw Erica in bed with Jessie, how would you feel? And he was like, I wouldn't like it, but at the end of the day, you know, this is Temptation Island. We're here to grow. We're here to learn. We're here to make connections. It is what it is. But at the end of the day, Kendal, you would be upset because you don't feel like there's anybody in the house that amounts to your level for Erica. So if she was to jump in the bed with somebody else, you would be heartbroken and a little upset and probably punching the wall. Then we go to Corey, and Corey sees Erin and Griffin hanging out, flirting, touchy-feely, and Corey don't like it, but he also knows it was a risk coming onto the show. And he also says that he wants somebody who's going to, you know, ride for him, be down for him, you know, go through thick and thin with him, and he's hoping that Erin is doing that for him like he's doing for her. And Mark also tells him, but don't forget about yourself. Make sure you're doing what you want to do for you as well. Then we go to Julian, and Julian sees Kristen talking to Jessie just about Julian possibly taking advantage of her chill side. And Julian admits that she is very chill, and at times he probably has taken advantage of that. He also knows that he now needs to talk to her about his reasons for cheating and let her know that it wasn't her, it was all him, and the reasons why. Because he's never talked to her really about why he cheated or like what happened around that whole situation. Then we go to Thomas, who is dreading his video, you guys, because he's like, I'm about to see her in bed, legs up, having the time of her life. Like, he is scared. So we see his video, and it's Blake and Chelsea watching the sunset and having their first kiss, which he don't know is their first kiss. And he's like, well, there we go. That confirmed it for me. She been cheating. So he is furious. He's just like, how could she do this to me? And he feels so betrayed. And Mark cuts him off. My boy Mark. Mark cuts him off and says, look, I know you're feeling what you're feeling, and your feelings are valid. However, what you're feeling is what Chelsea has been feeling in the relationship whenever she sees you flirting with other girls. So now you're kind of getting a taste of your own medicine. Sorry, Thomas. Then we go to the girls' bonfire, and Erin is still very much worried that she is losing Corey because she didn't hear those 3 words, I love you, in the video. But we start off with her video, and basically she sees Corey telling Amanda that she is his rock in this whole situation. And we see Amanda saying that she's enjoying her time with him, and he's definitely helping her grow and be a better person as well. And Erin gets very emotional because she's like, I see that he's getting confidence and he's growing, and I love that, but I'm also losing my man. And he's falling for somebody else. And it's like, sis, if you could hear the rest of the conversation about him saying he wants to marry you, you would know you're really not losing him. But if you keep self-sabotaging like Mark tells you and not working on yourself, you will lose him. I just think she just needs some therapy, honestly. But, I mean, who am I? Then we see Erica, and she sees Kendal telling Alexcys that, you know, the compassion used to be there for Erica and in the relationship, but over time and seeing how Erica was moving, it's kind of gone out the window. Erica sees that clip and realizes that she deserves better, and she's tired of getting walked all over, and that she's honestly becoming her mom. She used to see her mom give above and beyond to her dad, but then be laying on the couch at the middle of the night crying instead of being in the bed with her husband. So Erica vowed that she would never become her mom and, you know, just let a man do whatever he wants, but she has now become her mom, and she doesn't like that. She wants to be a better version of herself, and she wants to be happy, and she wants to finally know what real love is, and I hope she finds real love someday. Then we go to Kristen, and she sees Julian getting lit, having fun with the ladies, you know, turning up. And basically she doesn't really like what she's seeing, because she's like, well, that is Julian, he's the party boy, but is he prioritizing partying over growing and letting this experience kind of be beneficial for the relationship? And if he is, then is he going to prioritize if and when we have a family and kids? Like, is he going to put us first, or is he going to put his boys and going out above that as well? So she's just like kind of in her head and not knowing, like, by her seeing that clip of him having fun, if it's enough for her to be like, okay, but he can also be serious. And Mark tells her, like, y'all have to have those serious conversations so you can see that other side of him. One being the whole cheating incident, because sis didn't want to hear about it because she wants to keep this whole perfect little, the world is happy around her, when it's like, girl, no, bad things do happen and you got to talk about it. Then we go to Chelsea, and Chelsea sees Thomas giving Sophia a lap dance and kind of having fun and wrestling her in the pool. And honestly, like, the girls also say that Sophia's voice is annoying. So I don't know if Erica said something, but Erin and Chelsea definitely did, and I can't remember if Kristen agreed, but clearly Chelsea don't care for Sophia, which I'm assuming Thomas probably don't care for Dr. Blake. But basically, Chelsea says seeing those clips makes her realize she doesn't want Thomas anymore. You know, she saw his 30-second clip that was like, hey baby doll, I love you, but then she sees these clips of him turning up, flirting, and being that Tom that she was hoping he wouldn't be, and it's making her be like, okay, that's the Tom that I don't like, therefore I'm moving on. And Marcus just like, well, maybe you are, you know, leaving the relationship. And she's like, honestly, I might be. I might be. You know, Tom really doesn't respect me, doesn't respect the relationship, and I feel like I am being disrespected. And that is my recap for Temptation Island. I do hope you all enjoyed it. Please remember to like, comment, share, and subscribe to my channel, and also follow me on my socials. I hope you have a blessed rest of your day, and I can't wait to see you next time.